Mama.
Puta, amma enna kiyanna?
In the Sinhala New Year, everything is new. On that day, cooking and boiling of the milk are done in new pots.
Sha, harima lassanai. Akka tiyanawada gawmak. මේක මල්ලිගේ මේ අම්මා මෙන්න අක්කගේ එක ෂා හරි ලස්සනයි නංගි කවුද මැහුවේ අම්මා නැන්ද කෙනෙක්ට දීලා මැස්සෙව්වා.
The Sinhala New Year dawns about the end of the second week of April, marking the beginning of the first month of the Sinhala year known as Bak Mase. Astrologically, it marks the return of the sun god, Surya Divya Raja, to the first house of zodiac, Mesha, Aries, from its last house, Meena, Pisces. J.B. Disanayaka, The Monk and the Peasant, Colombo, 1993, page 63. But see what D.T. Devendra says contradicts what J.B. Disanayaka has said. D.T. Devendra says this: the evidence for worship of sun god by the Sinhalese is unconvincing and untenable. This duty seems to have been confined to the Hindus. Devendra D.T., University of Ceylon Review, 1412 pp.
I think I can very well agree with what D.T. Devendra has said, because of course we had the Sinhala New Year practices, but then as Sinhala people worshipping the sun, I don't think there's any convincing evidence, as he says. But there's enough evidence from South India where sun was worshipped as a god. There are many temples in South India. I think you would have heard about the most famous at Konarak near Puri.
The Ceylon Government Gazette on March 27th in 1885 says, "It is hereby notified that the following national holidays will be observed this year as government holidays: April 11th, April 28th and September 21st. But you know, in the Government Gazette, April 11th is not mentioned as the Sinhala New Year. But on the same day, in the same year, the Times of Ceylon says, the Sinhalese New Year, today being the Sinhalese New Year, will be observed as a public holiday.
Well, Robert Knox, who was a prisoner in the Canadian Kingdom, in his book, which was published I think in 1696, mentioned certain practices in connection with the Sinhala New Year that was followed in the Canadian Kingdom, where the chiefs and the headmen and that kind of dignitaries used to bring presents, the taxes and dues to the king during the time of the Sinhala New Year.
Nangiya, auto badaginida? The spring festival of the Sinhala people starts with what is called the Paranavruddha, the old year, occurring on the previous day when a series of activities that mark the end of the previous period of 12 months is performed. Before a certain moment on this day, the hearth is lit and the meal, which is the last for the outgoing year, taken. All economic and social activities would come to a dead stop subsequently, and the more conservative would even finish their last bath for the year beforehand. For what comes after this is a period of a few hours duration of a social vacuum, the Nonagate, which immediately precedes the sun's entry into the zodiac of Aries. The transition period, when the sun moves from the zodiac sign Pisces to Aries, is not good for any worldly activity. It is a firmly held belief among the villagers. They finish their meals and douse the kitchen fires and cease all work before the transition begins. Whatever the length of the time of the transition, they refrain from all household activities, including eating. Because of the mystic nature of the transition period and the need to fortify themselves mentally to make a success of all their activities during the coming year, they visit the temple during the Nonagataya period. Even those who rarely visit the temple would not be reluctant to visit it to offer flowers and light a lamp.
දැන් ප්‍රදේශවාසී මේ පින්වත් පිරිස විහාරස්ථානයට පැමිණලා පුද පූජාවන් පවත්වන විශාල පින්කමක් සිදු කරගත්තා. සිංහල බෞද්ධයන් වන අප හැම දෙනාටම වැදගත් කාලයක් තමයි වසන්ත කාලය. ඒ වසන්ත කාලයේ අවුරුද්ද තාම වැදගත් වෙනවා. ඒ අනුව අවුරුද්දේ ආරම්භක අවස්ථාවට පෙර නුනගතය කියලා කාලයක් ඇති වෙනවා. ඒ නුනගතය කාලය කියලා කියන්නේ නැකතක් නොමැති කාලය. ඒ කාලේ අපි බෞද්ධ පින්වතුන් සිද්ධ කරන්නේ විහාරස්ථානට ඇවිල්ලා පුණ්‍ය කර්මයන් සිදු කිරීම. එම නිසා ඒ කාලයට පුණ්‍ය කාලය කියලා ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා.
With their minds full of determination to realize their aspirations for the new year, they watch the rising sun with a kind of reverence reminiscent of sun worship in the very ancient times. Their silent wish is perhaps for the new year to be one where they find fulfillment and success in their activities without obstacles and obstructions. Everybody makes a wish on the same day at the same time, that in the ensuing new year their prosperity may overflow the way boiling milk is overflowing. The Sinhala villager is clever at forecasting the way the new year will turn out to be by examining the direction of the spilling of the boiling milk. None of the predictions are pessimistic. Villagers never use cow's milk for this ritual. They only use coconut milk. According to tradition, starting work for the new year differs according to age. Invariably, they begin on something that will be long-lasting in its beneficial outcomes.
මොනරුන් දෙන්නෙක් පිල් විදහාගෙන ඉර සේවය කරතෙයි බිම ඉඳ ඉර සේවය කරතෙයි